Hello. As you might have already noticed, apart from the change of the environment, I haven't recorded any new gameplay video in about a month or so. And one of the main contributing factors towards that was that I've been going through some of the 3D games in my Steam library, and a lot of them were too graphically complex in order for me to be able to record them properly without lagging and stuff. So I refrained from doing that. And also on a different note, a lot of the games I've played were far too short for me to record when because by the time I got into the game they were already over and stuff like that basically. So yeah, what I'm going to show you today is a 3D platformer which records quite nicely. I've already tried, believe me. And its own developers call it something like a cabaret shadow platformer. So I guess you'll soon see why. So let's do it. Starting the game. So anyway, while the game is starting, I'm just gonna show you that I'm playing it with a Steam controller, and it really shines in these 3D games, even 3D platformers, because of the touchpad, of course, and not only that. Also, the buttons in the back are very nice because in platformers like this one, I want to jump a lot, and when I do, I don't get my thumb off the touchpad, so I just use the back buttons and it is. So anyway, this is the game contrast. I'm already in like the what is the second chapter. It's not a very difficult game, so I haven't had any trouble so far, and I don't really think I will. Yeah, it's kind of oriented. Here's what it looks like. It's kind of a noir world or something, with abstract noir world, not the real one, because as you can see right here, the environment is a bit smashed up or whatever. It hasn't really been explained so far, and actually, the character you're playing, she's called Dawn. She doesn't even say really anything. She is pretty much the only living person around here, the other one being a little girl who can interact with the people living in the shadow as if they were normal. Yeah, there are other people too, but they exist only in the shadows. It wasn't really explained why yet in the game, so I guess I'll find out, and if I won't, I'll be pretty bummed because it just needs some explaining, really. Yeah, a cutscene. This is the girl was talking about before.
Look, there's the balloon. It got snagged so they can't pull it down, but nobody can get up there to entangle it.
Yeah, right now I am trying to help her father, her shadow father, yeah.
Do you have any luminaries?
To run a circle. I need some collectibles here. And I need to repair exactly 3 attractions. These here are some of the collectibles lying around. You can collect them to get more of the game, but you also need some of them to progress further, like you have seen before. I need to activate that carousel, or whatever it is pronounced. Yeah, so anyway, a little bit about the controls. As you can already see, you run around, you control the view. You can also jump, just a single jump, then a double jump. Then you can dash, and by it even break some stuff. And probably the most important thing the whole game is designed around is that you can switch between a shadow mode and a real one, and you need to be on a special place to do that. So you'll see shortly. Yes, some audio records giving some detail about the backstory. Not really much here, just some mafia guys beating up someone. So I'm just gonna progress. You can also dash, but it isn't much of a big deal. Yeah, and somehow the girl teleported all the
Hey,
way
has
here.
anyone seen the princess,
Funny.
please? We can't really start the story without her.
That sounds like Daddy.
Yeah, I can't hear it properly, so I'm just gonna put on some volume.
I know she's around here somewhere.
So I need to fix this attraction in order to progress further so that Daddy Circus can run and he won't get beaten by Mafia.
Darn! Where did I put her? Ah, there she is. Once upon a time, there was a princess who
I
lived
turned
in a
into the
castle
shadow
with her
mode.
father,
I'm trying
the
to
king. The king
personate the
loved her very
princess,
much
which is
because
needed
Daddy's
for the
loved her.
circus.
Unfortunately, the kingdom also had an ogre who was eating travelers because
These are 2D world when you switch into the shadows, and you play it like a 2D platformer. So basically it switches between a 2D platformer and a 3D one.
would get to marry his only daughter.
But I'm just gonna shut up for a minute
And become
in order
king
to let you
when he
enjoy the
died.
story a bit,
The
if
king's
it can.
lands were very far away, and the ogre was very
What's the
large,
deal here
so
anyway?
only one knight showed up. His name was Fred, and he fell immediately in love with the princess. Fred was a brave knight, and he marched off the next morning, singing a brave song as loudly as he could. After several days had passed, the princess got to wondering what had happened to her future husband. So she set off into the forest to look for him. The
So anyway, do you like my new apartment?
to a strange wilderness full of scary sounds and
I had to get it out of the system, sorry about that.
filled with razor-sharp
Yeah, apparently I'm supposed to do something in the game
She was a
actually.
very brave princess who loved adventures, just like you.
As you can see, it's
Used her
nothing
wits to
hard
get
really.
past unexpected
More of an
obstacles.
eye candy than a complex gaming experience.
She came to a wide river filled with snapping crocodiles. She couldn't even swim. So what do you think she did?
She ran on top of the
Okay.
head.
That's right.
I got an achievement, not sure if you can see that, probably not.
The plants seemed to know each other. She
What
had
is
to use
this?
magic mushrooms to get high or up.
To get higher up? I'm pretty sure that must have been intentional. Oh damn it. Didn't wanna the left one up. Damn it, I'm gonna be pretty okay. That is a nice that is a mark of a nicely designed game here, because a poorly designed one would just put me back at the beginning. No regards to the player. But this is good. Okay, what am I supposed to do? I really okay.
She learned to use some bendy tree branches to fling
Okay.
herself across a patch of
I was
sharp
guessing
bamboo.
that would be a lot more
As the
difficult.
sun was setting, she came to the giant ogre's campsite. And there, the princess discovered that the ogre had captured Fred and hung him from a tree as a snack. The ogre
Okay.
did not appreciate visitors at all. Even Fred seemed a little embarrassed to see them.
What now?
But the princess was a woman of action, and she was nimble, and the ogre
Damn it.
was clumsy and easy to taunt.
What's a taunt?
That's when you make fun of someone. You should never make fun of people, but with ogres, sometimes you have to.
I'm pretty sure he didn't do that before. Okay, give me a hint. What am I supposed to do now? Anyone? Someone? Am I supposed to go all the way back to the left? I'm just gonna let him attack and then dodge, right? And what now, people? Damn it, I'm dead now, aren't I? Oh, that seemed to have done something. I'm supposed to taunt him into breaking that tree, apparently. But it doesn't really look too easy to dodge that club when I'm on the right side. Come on. Really? I kind of wish his behavior was much more consistent. Yeah, I see. I'm supposed to get him to bash the tree stump so it gets stuck. I thought that his behavior was just being too inconsistent. Yeah, so that's done. As you can see, not a big deal in the end.
The ogre and rescued Fred.
That probably got the attraction fixed, so I can progress
The king told him about a giant spider
to the next two.
in order to win the princess's hand. So Fred marched off to the lair of the giant spider, singing a brave song, a little less loudly than before. After several days had passed, the princess got to wondering what had happened to her future husband. So she went off looking for him again.
That's deep. Oh, here I am again.
Led her into a dark and creepy cavern, full of strange dripping sounds, kind of like the basement at school. Her footsteps echoed and echoed until it sounded like someone was following her. Soon she came to a vast pit filled with vicious, deadly spikes. It was much too big to jump over.
That I can see, yeah.
She could hear moaning. She thought it might be Fred. So what do you think she did?
She jumped into the spikes?
What?
She used an umbrella.
What?
Really?
Like that nanny in that movie.
This is the Middle Ages, honey. Where would she get an umbrella?
I don't know, but that's what she used.
Am I supposed to get an
Well, you
umbrella?
better find one, because she used an umbrella.
Where am I supposed to get an umbrella?
Yeah, there's an umbrella in the chest, so I'll just get it.
Oh, there we go.
As for the cave,
the
I'm
princess bravely threw
now.
herself into the air, slowing her fall using an umbrella.
The music is quite the background music is quite nice and moody, but
Deeper and deeper into
other
the
than
cavern she floated.
this one,
Thought she could hear Fred moaning. Maybe it was only the
I don't really find the music quite remarkable enough, and I'm pretty sure at some points of the game there
Unfortunately, she impaled
was
herself.
even none at all for
Wait, that's not what happened.
quite long periods of time. So the sounds could have been a little better, in my opinion, but
Deeper and deeper into the cavern.
I think I can live with that. So
She could hear Fred
it doesn't really much affect my overall impression of the game. I just felt like it needed mentioning. I don't know if how much you can hear the music, but you'll probably
Finally, she landed softly, right in a spider's web. Fortunately,
you'll
it was
probably
a very
agree
old
with me
web,
that
and she was able
it's
to break free.
really very much the music.
Unfortunately, the web was the only thing holding up a giant boulder. The princess needed to find somewhere to hide.
Okay, I got a little ahead of myself. As I can see, I need to go to the left. Yeah, that's it. How long this takes? I kind of wish I could show you more of the 3D part of the game
A giant
because
spider jumped out of the shadows
I
and
believe
attacked
I've
them.
already shown you enough of 2D platforming, but just get on with this.
She ran and jumped and climbed, but the giant spider was very good at climbing too. It had 8 legs and the princess only had 2.
Damn it. Just as I was about to say how trivial this is.
Fortunately, the princess
See of
remembered
this
how the
game, I'm
rocks
not
were
even
holding her
supposed
bones.
to go to the chasing part again. It's just like this, pretty much all the time in the game. It really is quite forgiving. Probably meant for a younger audience. It
Finally,
probably
she
makes sense
found Fred.
because I
He was
haven't
all
even
wrapped
seen
up like a present from the
violence in.
giant spider's girlfriend.
I
He
probably
was dreadfully
give this
embarrassed
game
about having to
to my
be
son
rescued
if I
again.
had one. So
He really loved the princess. The princess decided he was cute.
any kind of bad conscience.
Fortunately, the king told him about a dragon that he could slay in order to win the princess's hand
Again.
and stop being so embarrassed. So Fred marched off to the mountaintop of the dragon, singing a brave song very quietly.
Okay, I'm not going to chase the
After a few
dragon.
days, the princess got to wondering
Why her dad kept trying to give her away?
that too. But she was worried about Fred, so she went off to find him.
Yeah, just as I thought. She went to find Fred and kill the dragon, but I want to show you more of the 3D part of the gameplay rather than 2D, so I'm gonna get to that later after I'm finished making this video. Yeah, so... Are you serious? I can't even go back until I finish this. Damn it. Curse you, developer. Get on with this. Then I will show you the rest.
The dragon's mountain was
Game.
cold, and the wind howled at her to turn back. There were rock slides and fiery chasms, but
Whoa.
she was very brave and nimble, just like you. She wasn't going to be put off by a few deadly dangers.
Nimble, yeah. That's what
Up
I am
and
exactly.
up she climbed. When
Nimble.
she got cold, she thought about the hot buttered muffin she would make once
Whoa.
she got pregnant. Do you still like muffins?
I love muffins.
The princess hoped Fred liked muffins.
Game plays by itself. This is just simple. Whoa. Okay, not so nimble and it seems. Why isn't the guy saying anything now? The viewers would do something. Come on, say something.
When the princess got to the lair of the dragon, she was not very surprised to see Fred hanging from the roof of the dragon's cave. So she taunted the dragon until it roared its fiery breath at her.
Yes, that's exactly what I did right now. I just taunted the dragon. Isn't that knight kinda getting killed in the process? Apparently not in fairy tales, I guess.
Finally, burning away the ropes that were tying up Fred.
Yeah, and he just stands up like
the
that.
princess
Unbelievable.
and Fred lived happily ever after. Fred never had to go on another adventure again, and they had hot buttered muffins every morning. There is another version of the story where the princess flew off on the dragon's back to have a life full of adventures, but that's for another day.
So that's 1/3 of this level.
Yay! Yay, Dawn, you did it!
Yay, me. repair the 2 remaining attractions. So yeah, you get a semi-linear gameplay like this, where you get to sometime choose a bit what you're gonna do, and you also have, like, you can collect the luminaries, which you saw a lot earlier, and there also are collectibles, some other collectibles adding a bit to the story. I'm not sure why I can get them on with the select button, but yeah, so it's just, they just feature some text from the background of the game, like the picture of the girl with her mom, the photo of her daddy, and the things what they do, stuff like that, you know. But even without them, the story is quite cryptic so far. You don't really get to know what happened in the world you're in, so it's just like that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do on this beach. Probably nothing. Yeah, and what is interesting about the gameplay, and what I'm hoping that you'll see before the end of this video, is that sometimes you manipulate the objects in the scene, so in order to get them to throw a different shadow, so that you can get to, like, some distant platforms, and so when you jump on them in the shadow, like, imagine if I were was able to move these things around a bit, the shadow would be different, and I'd have to climb on them differently. I don't know if I actually can get there without actually doing anything, but let's just hope I can. Damn it. That seems kinda lame. Okay, so I'll get to the luminary later, I guess. Tortuga Revenge. Tortuga's Revenge. Okay, let's do this. What's the time?
What's that? This looks amazing. The gangway is stuck up there. How do we get on board?
Yeah, this is probably going to be exactly about that, about manipulating the objects in order to be able to get somewhere. I got some new collectible. What is it? Pirate ship needs maintenance, or else we will jam. Yeah, that another big addition to the story. So yeah, I need to get the shadows rearranged so that I can hop on them and get up there. So I'm gonna show you that and probably leave you with that. You can shift an object. This is new, actually. This hasn't been in the game before. To be able to move the objects into darkness. It's really nice to see that they're introducing new gameplay elements and you're not stuck with the same ones all the time. Does this lead? My bad, I'm not even in the shadow form. Okay, so I guess you're not supposed to do that. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now? This is weird. Just gonna do this box somewhere else. Yeah, this almost seems much more helpful. It's missing some. Can I do anything with this? Probably not. So what do I do with this box? Yeah, I just wanted to try if I can dash in this part of level. Because I couldn't in the princess part, which was a bit weird. Yeah, seems okay. Actually, I kind of think it was a bit of a dick move for the game to tell me that I can go with the box to the shadows and then not even have to do that. That kind of slowed me down a little bit, actually.
Captain on the deck. Avast
Okay.
there, first mate. Anchors away. Let's
Okay.
heave ho and hoist the mainsail.
So the girl is quite glad.
Aw, it's closed. Can you open it?
Boom. I really thought I can just barge through that. No, I have to do this. Simple. Well, apparently not all that simple. Not really sure what position is the best for me here. Probably just gonna leave it at this. And it moves, so I'm just gonna turn it. Yeah, this is a bit confusing. It already confused me at some different part of the game that I had to turn a wheel of some sort, and I didn't. And what I tried to do was to turn the stick around, but that was actually a bad thing to do because I just had to go with it up and down. And I'm not sure what I'm trying to accomplish here actually. Damn it. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? Any hope? Okay, I'm just gonna let it go. Yeah, I can see that. I'm probably box up here so it can remain fast. Yeah, this is where it comes handy to shift the box. Like that. That was creepy. Did you see that? How I could see it? Only her eyes. And there's a collectible up there, but I don't know how to get there, so it doesn't really help me. I probably need the box from before as well, so I'm just gonna get it quickly. Apparently this game didn't very big ratings from the critics. And actually, I'm not really sure why, because it seems quite fine to me. But um, what I'm what I'm gonna guess here is that they weren't very happy with the lack of depth in this game. That the story is a bit confused, and the character you're playing even doesn't seem to have much of a background. At least nothing was said about her yet, except that she might even be an imaginary friend of the girl because you know because just because of the fact that she's the only one who can see her. So it's a bit weird like this. And the obstacles are quite simplistic, as you can see, nothing too complex here, but it has a sense of novelty, I have to admit that.
Second star
You
on the
hear that?
wagon, straight
That's what
on till morning.
there's absolutely no music. The whole mood of the setting seems kind of dead, and it adds up really if you consider that there aren't really any living things out here except for you and the girl. When the music gets deaf like this, it really kind of turns the spirit down because I guess you can see what I mean. It's kind of dead. Really.
Full speed
And I left the
ahead.
collectible
All
there.
hands on deck. Batten down the hatches.
So yeah, if you wanna collect all the collectibles, white ones, you have to pay attention and not rush forward like this.
There she floats.
And
Let's
still
make
no
one.
moody music. This could have used some
Are they
dramatic
supposed to attack us
effects.
or something?
Nothing really going on. So yeah, I think I've been recording this for quite a long time now. So I'm just gonna wrap it up, sum it up quickly. Contrast, fairly good game, with some really unique gameplay elements like, as you could have seen, shifting into the shadows and manipulating the 2D world by the actions you do in the 3D one. That's quite new. Length, I guess you can finish it under 4 hours. I'm already in the half of the game, and I've been playing it under 2. And to say if I would recommend it or not, I'd say yeah, sure, go for it, but don't really expect all that much from it.